Hi everybody, this is Michelle from Virtual Hand Care, your online hand expert. In this video, I'm going to show you my 6 tips to write without thumb pain. Let's get started. When we have thumb pain when we're writing, it is largely due to the amount of time that we are writing without taking breaks, the pressure that we are applying on our pen, and also the position that we are holding that pen or pencil. So obviously, if it is because of the length of time that you're writing, you want to make sure that you're taking frequent rest breaks. But if it has to do with pressure or position, these tips will really help you. So tip number 1 is using a rubber band to help both with the pressure and the position of the pen or pencil. So what you do is you take the rubber band and you put it around your wrist. Then you want to pick up the pen or pencil of choice, and you want to make sure the pen or pencil is right in that thumb web space. That's really where it should be at. Our web space is just supposed to support the pen or pencil. If you have it up here, that's a lot of pressure that our thumb is taking to hold on to the pen or pencil. So ideally, we want to have that pen down into the thumb web space. If you notice when you start writing, it constantly kind of creeps back up like this, or perhaps you do hold it like that, but then you really pinch hard, put your pen or pen in your thumb web space, and then take the rubber band and actually twist it over onto your pen or pencil. So you want a big enough rubber band so that it's not pulling the pen too much. And you might have to play around with where on the pen or pencil it feels comfortable for you. But as you can see, when I let go of my fingers, the rubber band is still keeping this pen within my web space. I don't have to actually hold it there. So what you should be able to do is just lightly hold on to the pen or pencil when you are writing. Now, obviously, this isn't a long-term solution because you don't want a rubber band digging into your wrist. You can also use a hair tie if you want to, but this can help retrain you to hold the pencil lightly, but also hold it in the web space. So I suggest doing that for a couple of weeks to make sure that you get into that habit. Now, tip number 2 is to just change the position and change how you hold the pen or pencil. This one can be a little bit challenging because, well, it can feel a little weird for some people at first, but try it. Instead of holding it with the thumb, especially if your thumb is really flared up and painful, just take the thumb out of the equation. Don't even use the thumb. So to do that, you put the pencil or the pen in between your index and your middle finger. And actually your pen is just resting in between the index and the thumb. And you're not having to squeeze or pinch or hold on to that. You're just using, again, the web space to hold that pen or pencil in place. Now this can take a little bit of practice. It can feel a little weird because most people have never written like that before, but I've got some pretty bad handwriting, and really my handwriting is pretty much just as bad when I do it this way as well. Do me a favor and let me know in the comments below if you've tried this technique. Now before we go any further, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below. Okay, tip number 3, we're going to actually bulk up the area that we are holding onto. So what you want to do is you want to take a maybe some tape that you might have. I have some stretchy Coban here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just wrap it around my pen. And I'm going to wrap it around the area where I hold on to my pen more often. Now, what that does is it provides a little bit of padding for one thing. So I'm not pressing really hard against the pen. It also makes the pen a little bit larger where I am holding the pen. That can reduce the amount of pinch, which helps reduce the amount of load that you feel down into the thumb. Now, if this is not ideal for you, then there are pen and pencil type of grips like this one here, and I will link those below. And you can find those very helpful as well because it will help reduce the amount of pinch that is needed when you're hanging onto your pen. Now, my tip number 4 requires you to have some kind of a brace or a splint on the thumb, because sometimes you can try all of these tips to the actual pen, but it still is not enough and your thumb might still feel some pain. So that's where a thumb brace may help reduce that too. So with this particular brace, this is a Comfort Cool brace. And the reason why I like this for writing is because it actually has this strap that goes around the whole thumb and supports the thumb nicely. So when you go to hold on to your pen or pencil, it prevents the thumb from potentially collapsing when you're pinching onto your pen too hard. So having a brace on can really help with the support and the stability when you are writing. And I'll put a link of where you can find this particular Comfort Cool brace below. Okay, so tip number 5. This one is not using a brace or not changing anything with the pen, but you could maybe do all of these things together. But this one is actually looking at the surface that you are writing on. So perhaps writing more flat is not ideal for you, and that's causing you to put your wrist and your thumb potentially in a bad position. Sometimes just changing the position with a binder can help do that. So I suggest you get like a 1.5 or 2-inch binder, play around with the size to see which one is right for you. Put what you're using to write on top of the binder. And notice I am actually having it be what's called a negative tilt. So writing this way actually helps reduce the strain of my wrist and my thumb. So as you can see, my wrist is in a little more of a neutral position when I am writing. You could also try it in the opposite position as well, where you are more in a positive tilt, because then that brings the surface up to you. You can see which one might feel better for you. And my tip number 6 is to invest in an ergonomic pen. So say you try a lot of these tips that I've given you, but you're still having some thumb pain. It very well may be worth it to invest in an ergonomic pen, such as the Pen Again. I do really like that pen, but there are many, many other types of pens out there. I have had many clients say how much the Pen Again has helped them because it utilizes that concept of changing the position and using more of the index and middle finger to help with writing. I'll put a link below where you can find the Pen Again. Now, 2 other suggestions real quick are to head over to 2 other videos that I have. One is on how to tape the thumb. So maybe you don't like the brace on your thumb. You want something that's a little more sleek, but provides support. I do have a video here where I show you how to use kinesio tape to tape the thumb. And also you will want to make sure that you do some hand strengthening exercises. And I do have a video here, and that will help address any kind of weakness that perhaps you may have in your hand or your thumb. Do me a favor and let me know in the comments below if that helped you. If you found this video helpful, please do give it a like, and also don't forget to hit that subscribe button below. Thanks for watching.